3, and as you can see, we have left behind the vast, mad swirl of Houston. I do apologize to Houston friends whom I was not able to sit down and have a juice with, but mom takes priority. So had a lovely visit with her out here in the Texas wilds, and I wanted to address something that a lot of people have been asking about in my head, and that is what the hell does any of this have to do with Gen Y? This is ostensibly a Gen Y centric blog. That is what I write about. That's what I study, and what are you doing? You're just talking about juice and your cat and making lame jokes. Well, I'll tell you this, imaginary critics in my head, my jokes are not lame. First off, number two. This has everything to do with Gen Y. This is the embodiment. This whole project is about Gen Y. I mean, you think about it. Whether you call it entitlement or confidence, Gen Y is all about documenting their entire lives, and even the most mundane of things, which is certainly sums up these vlog entries. I'm using democratized technology, the iPhone, social media, to get that out. It's also, sense of community. I'm sharing with my peers. You got the open road and the sense of adventure, and the not really having a plan, just kind of jumping into it and being adaptable along the way. You got juice, this whole juicing thing, very out of character for me, a real beer and chicken wings kind of guy. But it's all about identity creation, trying something new, becoming the most fully fleshed out version of yourself that you can. Also, the juicing, not only good for me, but good for the environment. Only fresh, organic, raw fruits and vegetables. That's a very green thing to do, which is very Gen Y. And then the community thing. I got my co-pilot here, obviously, but I guess what hasn't come through yet, and what this whole story really is a homecoming. And I've been able to see my wife and daughter a few times over the summer, but this is it, man. This is the big going back home. I got my wife and my friends and home, and that's being a part of something like that is a very Gen Y thing, and it's a very human thing too. I don't mean to just single out Gen Y, but those blasted critics that I made up, asking so many questions why I oughta. There, I've used up 4 minutes of my time today. So, but you know what? It's just Texas scrubland, so probably won't be anything else interesting. Here we have downtown San Antonio. Super cool town. I wish, Jenny, I wish that I could take you down to the Riverwalk and show you around. Just beautiful, fun place. And there's something else. Oh, shit. There's something I'm supposed to remember about San Antonio. Ah, damn it. What was it? I got nothing. Just wanted to take a minute here to drink in the beauty of the Texas Hill Country. It is kind of a pretty area of the country. So It's coming up on 6 o'clock. We are in the endless expanse of West Texas. And even though there is absolutely nothing around, apparently every pet-friendly hotel within hundreds of miles is booked up. Maybe there's a tumbleweed convention in town or something, I don't know. We also have no fresh fruits and vegetables, so gotta locate that for juice, and I had to interview someone for an article at 7. Would prefer not to do that while driving, so I'll have to pull over for that. So I don't know what we're gonna do. This is the kind of time that I would, seek refuge in a big juicy burger and a beer, but man, that sounds good. But it would not solve any of my problems, so I'm going to not do that. But shit, man, we got to figure out what we're gonna do. So, good luck. So I got the lodging situation figured out, and now I got to do the fruits and veggies. The best choice here in Fort Stockton is Walmart. But look at those sweet potatoes; these are pretty good. I'm gonna get some of those and some apples, and celery, and apples and carrots. Not bad. So that's it. Night 3, we have found ourselves at the, well, I won't say the name of the place. It's in Fort Stockton, and it is more or less a dump. So, but you know what? I had sort of a humbling experience tonight. I was on the phone, and that interview was with a friend of mine who is the general manager at the Club Regina in Los Cabos, and you may or may not know they recently went through a terrible hurricane ordeal. Odile was the name of the ordeal, and this lady just worked tirelessly to make sure that no guests were hurt. She had them sheltered in stairwells, in offices. Had her own son. She's a single mom. She had her own son under the desk in her office, and was going around taking care of all the guests and her staff, and got cut off from her son. Didn't see her son from 10 p.m. to 6:30 in the morning when this Category 3 hurricane was raging. Still managed to take care of the guests, and they were crying, and she was comforting them, and she had breakfast fixed for them in the morning in the employee cafeteria. Defied the government to get the people to the airport, to get them out safely, and she's just an amazing lady. She worked herself to the point of exhaustion. She had to go into the hospital because she was working so hard to take care of everyone. And she said to me, when it was all over and they thanked me and they hugged me, she said that was all the compensation that I needed. that made up for all the dark times. Just an incredible story. And here I am bitching about not being able to find a hotel room or not finding fresh fruits and veggies. So I know we're way over for time, but I just had to share that because a story like that just sort of puts it all in perspective. All right, one day closer to home, Fort Stockton, Texas. Tomorrow, push on to Tucson, hopefully. All right, see you then. Good night.